Celebrities looking like historical characters is an intriguing idea because it highlights the everlasting nature of human traits and encourages parallels between the present and earlier times. Curiosity about genetic coincidences, cultural ties, and even fanciful reincarnation or time travel beliefs are sometimes aroused by such similarities. Whether based in facial symmetry, emotions, or general mannerisms, these comparisons provide an engrossing perspective on history, bridging people from different eras and demonstrating the timeless quality of human beauty and uniqueness. As we overlook these celebrities, please stay tuned. Nicolas Cage and an unknown Civil War man. A well-known Civil War-era portrait of a guy who strikingly resembles Nicolas Cage has generated curiosity and conversations on the striking similarities between contemporary superstars and historical personalities. Many people make lighthearted assumptions about time travel or reincarnation since the guy in the photo has facial expression, hairdo, and bone structure similar to Cage's. These analogies demonstrate how specific physical characteristics and attributes may stand the test of time, establishing intriguing links between the past and present. In conversations on historical doppelgangers, this likeness has emerged as a noteworthy example, demonstrating the timeless appeal of these enigmatic similarities. It also questions how heredity, chance, and common expressions may produce these surprising historical echoes. Keanu Reeves and Paul Monet, French actor. The 19th century French actor Paul Monet and Keanu Reeves have long been linked due to their enigmatic demeanor and similar facial characteristics. Both fans and historians have been enthralled by this likeness, which has fueled amusing conspiracy theories that speculate that Reeves may be eternal. With their expressive eyes and sharp bone structures that seem to transcend their respective periods, both men exude a certain air of mystery. Reeves' contemporary appeal and range as an actor are reminiscent of Paul Monet, renowned for his theatrical genius. Because of these striking resemblances, Reeves is often the focus of online memes and conversations on classic beauty. These parallels demonstrate how some characteristics, whether in look or behavior, may unite people over a great distance and span decades. Eddie Murphy and an unknown 1800s man. An eerie link spanning generations is suggested by a photograph from the 1800s showing a guy with Eddie Murphy's same grin and very comparable features. The man's face reflects Murphy's signature charm and charisma, especially his grin and angular features. This likeness has triggered playful conjecture on time travel or the concept of historical doppelgangers. These comparisons are fascinating and entertaining because they conflate the past and present. The image provides a unique perspective for examining how specific facial characteristics and emotions may resurface unexpectedly, bridging cultural and temporal divides. It's an intriguing reminder of the eternal characteristics that captivate human faces. Jennifer Lawrence and Zubida Tharwat, Egyptian actress. The Egyptian actress Zubida Tharwat and Jennifer Lawrence have a remarkable resemblance in their facial features, expressive eyes, and timeless grace. They may be twins separated by generations because of their very similar looks. Fans from all cultures have been enthralled by this likeness, emphasizing how physical characteristics and beauty can cut across time and space. Tharwat and Lawrence radiate a natural elegance and charm that enhances their mutual appeal. These comparisons honor their beauty and provide an enlightening look at how some characteristics reverberate over time, connecting celebrities from many periods in surprising and interesting ways. Orlando Bloom and Nikolai Grigorescu, Romanian painter. Orlando Bloom and Nikolai Grigorescu, a well-known Romanian painter from the 19th century, are very similar with their comparable facial shapes, soft emotions, and composed manner. The painter's and the actor's striking resemblance suggests their characteristics are ageless. Both have a sophisticated bone structure and a subtle charm that enthralls their respective audiences, whether via Grigorescu's stirring paintings or Bloom's on-screen personas. This likeness establishes a fascinating cross-century relationship between historical art and contemporary Hollywood. These analogies provide dimension to the story of these extraordinary people by highlighting the lasting qualities of specific physical characteristics and arousing interest in the lives and legacies of historical personalities. Mark Zuckerberg and Philip IV of Spain. Mark Zuckerberg's stern attitudes and very comparable facial features have led to frequent comparisons to Philip IV, the monarch of Spain in the 1600s. Both have angular, pointed, timeless characteristics that convey a serious manner. Since there are surprising similarities between the two people from entirely different times, the comparison between the computer tycoon and the Spanish king has generated interest. The royal but reflective appearance of Philip IV, as shown in historical pictures, is reflected in Zuckerberg's calm, restrained manner. This similarity provides an intriguing look into the continuity of human features and the timeless quality of famous faces across history by demonstrating how some characteristics, including facial shape and emotions, may endure for millennia. Rupert Grint and David Wilkey, Scottish painter. Famous for playing Ron Weasley in the Harry Potter books, Rupert Grint resembles Sir David Wilkey, a Scottish painter from the 19th century, especially in their fierce stare and red hair. The apparent similarity between the two may be seen in their facial characteristics, such as their strong jawlines and contemplative faces. Known for his exquisite paintings and evocative narratives, Wilkey had a certain intensity that reflected Grint's on-screen and public persona. This striking resemblance prompts amusing conjecture on historical doppelgangers and how certain traits, such as eye and hair color, might endure over time. It also emphasizes how these guys, coming from entirely different backgrounds, have a similar appearance, surprisingly, and intriguingly fusing the worlds of art and contemporary film. Alec Baldwin and Millard Fillmore, the 13th U.S. President. Alec Baldwin's facial features and emotions are very similar to those of Millard Fillmore, the 13th President of the United States. Strong jawlines, high cheekbones, and a solemn, calm face are among their common facial characteristics. Many people have noticed the facial similarities between the actor and the historical person, which has led to curiosity about this striking resemblance. The parallel is even more intriguing because Baldwin's expressive but controlled manner reflects Fillmore's dignified presence in portraiture. These similarities often pique interest and demonstrate how specific face characteristics are timeless and unaffected by employment. Baldwin's likeness to the president of the 19th century prompts amusing conjecture and historical doppelgangers. It provides a distinctive perspective on how comparable traits might manifest in various contexts, including politics and entertainment. Queen Latifa and Zora Neale Hurston, writer. The well-known Harlem Renaissance author and anthropologist Zora Neale Hurston is similar to singer and actress Queen Latifah. The two women's facial features, strong cheekbones, expressive eyes, and a warm, commanding presence are identical. Both ladies radiate power, cultural importance, and knowledge. Thus, their parallels go beyond appearance. Like Hurston, Queen Latifah has significantly influenced her areas. Latifah's contributions to music, movies, and activism are as significant as Hurston's pioneering work in anthropology and literature. The similarity between the two emphasizes how classic their looks are. It highlights the heritage of strong black women whose influence cuts across generations, uniting them via cultural importance and common characteristics. JayZ and an unknown Harlem man. Joking conjecture about time travel is sparked by an old image of a guy who looks like JayZ, who was taken in Harlem in 1939. JayZ's strong jawline, keen eyes, and composed manner are all shared by the guy in the photo. The striking resemblance has drawn the attention of both fans and historians. This intriguing visual link between a contemporary icon and a person from over a century ago has sparked amusing hypotheses about time travel and doppelgangers. As people speculate about how JayZ may have crossed time, the picture has become a strange piece of internet history. It provides a creative and entertaining means of connecting the past and present via the characteristics that both a famous person and his historical counterpart have in common. Anne Hathaway and Francisco de Goya's painting La Duchess d'Alba. Particularly in their eyes and bone structure, Anne Hathaway and the lady in Goya's 18th century picture La Duchess d'Alba are very similar. Hathaway and the Duchess of Alba, a well-known Spanish aristocrat, are very similar in that they both have powerful but delicate facial features and keen expressive eyes. Their graceful faces and bone structure provide an almost fantastical bond that unites classical art with Hollywood. The Duchess's depiction, renowned for its alluring elegance and passion, is reflected in Hathaway's elegant beauty. This likeness shows how specific physical characteristics are ageless and creates intriguing parallels between ancient individuals and present celebrities, illustrating the surprising intersection of art and everyday life. Justin Timberlake and an unknown man in a vintage photo. An image from the 19th century shows a guy who resembles Justin Timberlake in facial hair, eyes, and general characteristics. People who have seen the picture have been drawn to the striking likeness, which has sparked conversations on historical doppelgangers. There is a timeless visual connection since the guy in the picture has Timberlake's recognizable jawline, keen eyes, and facial hair. This contrast between a contemporary pop star and a historical figure demonstrates the extraordinary degree to which some facial traits may hold throughout centuries. Such resemblances provide an entertaining and fascinating look into the timeless essence of human traits throughout time, and they sometimes lead to whimsical speculations about time travel or parallel lives. Jack Black and Paul Revere. From facial characteristics to facial emotions, Jack Black resembles the well-known American hero Paul Revere. With a similar face shape that includes robust cheekbones, a prominent jawline, and expressive eyes, the likeness is remarkable. Additionally, their facial expressions reflect one another, conveying the same resolve and intensity. The resemblance is especially noticeable in pictures of Paul Revere, whose solemn but determined countenance seemed to mirror Jack Black's dramatic yet light-hearted manner in his parts. Many have been fascinated by the striking resemblance between the performer from the present day and the Revolutionary War figure from the 18th century, leading to amusing hypotheses about historical doppelgangers. The parallels between Black and Revere provide a humorous and intriguing link between the past and present, while also serving as a reminder of how specific characteristics may endure over the ages. Maggie Gyllenhaal and Rose Wilder Lane, writer. Rose Wilder Lane, a journalist and one of the pioneers of the American libertarian movement of the early 1900s, is similar to Maggie Gyllenhaal. Sharp eyes, powerful jawlines, and delicate but expressive faces are among the facial characteristics that both ladies have in common. Their identical appearances emphasize ageless beauty and represent Gyllenhaal's refined manner and Lane's historical presence. Due to their striking facial resemblance, Lane, who is renowned for her groundbreaking contributions to journalism and libertarian philosophy, and Gyllenhaal, who is acclaimed for her remarkable acting career, share an unusual bond. The two ladies seem to be linked despite these significant differences in their historical backgrounds, raising questions about how physical characteristics might endure throughout time. Their resemblance highlights the timeless quality of certain traits and provides an intriguing bridge between the past and present. Brad Pitt and Herman Rorschach, Swiss psychiatrist. Brad Pitt is likened to Herman Rorschach, the psychiatrist who created the Rorschach ink blot test because of their similar facial features. They appear alike because of their expressive eyes, high cheekbones, and sculpted jawlines. Many have been captivated by the similarities between Hollywood stars and Swiss psychiatrists, with some even remarking on their calm but passionate personalities. This analogy between a current icon and a historical man, renowned for his contributions to psychology, demonstrates how physical characteristics may endure throughout time, establishing surprising parallels between famous historical characters and modern-day celebrities. Pitt and Rorschach's relationship has given rise to amusing speculations about the possibility that face features may be inherited by future generations, creating a legacy that transcends historical and professional borders. Ellen DeGeneres and Henry David Thoreau, philosopher. Henry David Thoreau, the writer and philosopher of the 19th century, and Ellen DeGeneres have much in common, especially their different noses and facial expressions. The nose shapes of DeGeneres and Thoreau are comparable. They both have a noticeable bridge and somewhat pointed characteristics. Their facial expressions are similar and often exhibit a reflective, contemplative attitude. DeGeneres, a witty comedian and television host, and Thoreau, renowned for his reflective works on nature and independence, have a surprising physical bond that goes beyond their different historical and cultural backgrounds. Fans are intrigued by the likeness, which highlights how certain facial features endure over decades. This comparison adds a humorous and thought-provoking element to the study of human features by emphasizing the eternal nature of some physical traits and how they may create unexpected connections between people from disparate backgrounds. Conan O'Brien and Marshall Harvey Twitchell, Civil War hero. Because of their very similar jawlines and sharp facial features, Conan O'Brien has been likened to Civil War Union Army General Marshall Harvey Twitchell. Both guys have strong cheekbones, profound emotions, and a characteristic angular jawline that gives their features a chiseled look. Those who have examined historical images of Twitchell and seen O'Brien's on-screen character have taken notice of these physical similarities. Twitchell commanded soldiers during the American Civil War and was a serious military figure, while O'Brien is more famous for his comedy and late-night talk programs. The surprising resemblance between the two demonstrates how specific facial characteristics may stand the test of time and profession, providing a fascinating look into the timeless essence of human features. Their similarity serves as a playful reminder of the eerie visual similarities that may exist between even characters from disparate historical situations. Peter Dinklage and Diego Velázquez's portrait of Sebastian de Mora. Diego Velázquez painted Sebastian de Mora in the 17th century, and Peter Dinklage looks like him. Similar distinguishing facial traits, such as intense, prominent eyes, a well-defined nose, and expressive facial expressions that evoke intensity, are shared by Dinklage and Mora. Velázquez's picture of Sebastian de Mora, a dwarf who served in King Philip IV of Spain's court, portrays his striking features in striking realism. Dinklage, well known for his critically lauded work in television and movies, especially Game of Thrones, shares Mora's intensity and unique appearance. The analogy demonstrates how physical characteristics may create remarkable parallels between historical characters and contemporary individuals, showing how specific characteristics persist across centuries despite social and cultural settings. Their similarity emphasizes how ageless human looks and expressions are. Bruce Willis and Douglas MacArthur, U.S. General. Bruce Willis's powerful, chiseled features and forceful emotions make him very comparable to General Douglas MacArthur. Willis, who's well known for his classic action movie roles, has a strict, no-nonsense manner that's similar to that of General MacArthur, a significant figure in American military history, who was stern and authoritative. Their startling similarity is further enhanced by their confident gazes, prominent cheekbones, and strong jawlines. Willis's on-screen character is reminiscent of MacArthur's tenacity and fortitude, who's praised for his leadership throughout World War II and the Korean War. This surprising resemblance between a historical military commander and a Hollywood actor demonstrates how certain facial expressions and characteristics may cut across time and space, fascinatingly combining entertainment and history. Sylvester Stallone and Pope Gregory IX. Sylvester Stallone's face, with its square jaw, pronounced cheekbones, and earnest gaze, is reminiscent of a 13th century sculpture of Pope Gregory IX. Stallone, well known for playing tough and resolute characters in movies like Rocky and Rambo, has a power and fortitude reminiscent of the somber and authoritative manner sometimes connected to medieval popes. With its sharp features and imposing presence, the sculpture of Pope Gregory IX draws attention to an unexpected similarity between the medieval holy leader and the contemporary action hero. This similarity highlights how specific physical characteristics, when paired with displays of determination, may resonate across wildly disparate roles and times, intriguingly connecting the realms of history and Hollywood. Christina Aguilera and Ginger Rogers, dancer and actress. With her platinum blonde hair, sophisticated manner, and comparable physical characteristics, Christina Aguilera resembles the legendary dancer and actress Ginger Rogers. Both ladies capture the spirit of grace and beauty in entertainment, with a timeless glamour transcending their respective periods. Aguilera's charm and refinement, which Rogers brought to the golden age of Hollywood, are reflected in her strong voice and impressive stage presence. Their similar characteristics, bright grins and expressive eyes, emphasize an almost supernatural bond. This similarity is a reminder of how some fashion and attraction motifs may endure and weave strands of continuity across the history of a culture. Shia LaBeouf and a young Albert Einstein. Shia LaBeouf and a younger image of Albert Einstein are strikingly similar, especially regarding face structure, hairdo, and expressive features. Beyond their outward looks, they're comparable in that they each have a unique and somewhat unusual appeal. In his early photos, Einstein is contemplative and passionate, reflecting LaBeouf's vibrant and creative personality. This similarity provides an intriguing comparison between a pioneering theoretical physicist and a contemporary actor and artist, demonstrating how some traits may unite wildly disparate fields and historical periods. The analogy encourages light-hearted conjecture about universal qualities of originality and creativity that seem to stand the test of time. John Krasinski and Charles Gibson, silent film actor. Charles Gibson, a silent cinema actor renowned for his timeless charm and on-screen persona, is similar to John Krasinski. The two are identical in that they have warm faces, well-defined jawlines, and a certain charm that appears to enthrall audiences of all ages. Krasinski mirrors Gibson's enduring popularity, praised for his friendly manner and adaptable acting, bridging the gap between the heyday of silent filmmaking and contemporary cinema. Their similarity raises questions about whether certain traits and personalities have persisted beyond time, indicating that charm and ability could be traits that cut across generations. Zach Galifianakis and Louis Vuitton, founder of the luxury brand. The creator of the well-known luxury company, Louis Vuitton, looks a lot like Zach Galifianakis. Both radiate a mix of charm and uniqueness, and their recognizable beards and expressive expressions are the most noticeable similarities. The relationship between Galifianakis and Louis Vuitton, renowned for revolutionizing the fashion industry, is all the more intriguing because of the timeless nature of their look. The likeness is a powerful reminder of how some characteristics can unite people from disparate times and sectors of influence, whether via their shared facial expressions or the creative vibe they exude. John Travolta and an unknown 1800s man. A guy who looks quite similar to John Travolta in an 1800s portrait has facial characteristics and emotions that are remarkably similar to the actors. Since the doppelganger's similarity seems too accurate to be a coincidence, it's provoked lighthearted conjecture over time travel theories. The image stoked discussions about the potential for reoccurring human characteristics, or the amusing notion that Travolta could have a secret connection to the past, highlighting the vintage double's unique mannerisms and temperament. This fascinating contrast shows that history and modernity may intersect in the most surprising and exciting ways. Matthew McConaughey and an unknown 1800s man. Matthew McConaughey's old doppelganger, photographed during the Civil War, looks much like the actor. The figure in the picture is a mirror image of McConaughey across time, with his very striking facial features and easygoing grin. Fans have been enthralled by his likeness, raising questions about how such exact parallels may span generations. The picture's laid-back and assured vibe reflects McConaughey's charm, enhancing the resemblance. The relationship between McConaughey and his historical counterpart lends a sense of mystery and fascination to the actor's legacy, regardless of whether it's a coincidence or evidence of recurrent qualities in human DNA. This is another intriguing instance of a famous person discovering their unanticipated twin in history. Hugh Grant and Oscar Wilde, Irish poet and playwright. Hugh Grant bridges the gap between 19th century literature and modern film by resembling Irish poet and playwright Oscar Wilde. Their keen features are comparable, especially their expressive eyes and well-defined jawlines, which radiate elegance. Their endearing facial expressions further strengthen the bond, producing a timeless resemblance. Grant, renowned for his captivating parts in romantic comedies, and Wilde, famed for his elegance and wit, both possess a timeless charm that has enthralled audiences in their respective periods. This remarkable similarity creates an intriguing visual comparison between the past and present, stimulating imaginative conjecture and highlighting the timeless quality of certain human traits. Johnny Depp and Thomas Tallis, English composer. Thomas Tallis, the famous 16th century composer known for his contributions to English choral music, is similar to Johnny Depp. Their unique physical characteristics, expressive eyes, and sharp cheekbones create an eerie resemblance that transcends ages. Tallis, renowned for his avant-garde works during the Tudor period, and Depp, famous for his flexibility and mysterious on-screen persona, possess a certain charm beyond their respective genres. This visual comparison between a historical musical great and a contemporary Hollywood celebrity adds curiosity by implying that specific characteristics are ageless and an intriguing historical relationship exists between the arts. Michael Jackson and an 18th century painting. Particularly after his operations, Michael Jackson's face has often been likened to an 18th century picture, with the jawlines and eyes showing the most obvious similarity. The photo, taken long before Jackson's time, includes characteristics resembling the pop star's characteristic post-surgery look. This striking similarity has raised questions regarding how facial features may be passed down through the generations, giving Jackson's metamorphosis an almost fantastical quality. Even if he has changed, the analogy to a painting from centuries ago shows how certain facial features, such as the form of the jaw and the eyes, may hold up quite well throughout time. The relationship between Jackson and the historical artwork blurs the boundaries between the classical and the contemporary, adding to the mysticism of his look. Leonardo DiCaprio and Judy Zipper, a woman from the 1960s. The facial structures of Leonardo DiCaprio and a lady called Judy Zipper in a 1960s photograph are very similar. Zipper's youthful characteristics are captured in the shot, emphasizing the striking resemblance between their jawlines, face contours, and even their expressive eyes. Many have been fascinated by this likeness, which has led to discussion regarding the eternal nature of certain facial features. Because it highlights how some physical traits may change over time, the contrast between a contemporary Hollywood celebrity and a lady from an entirely different age is especially intriguing. Even though it was surprising, DiCaprio and Zipper's uncanny resemblance highlights how intriguing doppelgangers are and how facial traits may cross generations. Charlie Sheen and John Brown, abolitionist. Charlie Sheen and the well-known American abolitionist John Brown are very similar in their sharp features and fierce eyes. The similarity is most apparent in their powerful jawlines, expressive eyes, and general face shape. Brown's resolute expression, widely documented in images during the abolitionist time, is reflected in Sheen's features, renowned for their intensity and sometimes somber demeanor. This striking resemblance demonstrates how specific physical characteristics may persist between generations, even in people from very disparate historical eras. The fascination around doppelgangers is further fueled by the striking similarity between Sheen and Brown, which provides an intriguing look of how famous historical people might be mirrored in contemporary superstars. Both people's strong beliefs in their separate lives are echoed by the similarities in their faces, which lends a serious tone to the comparison. Michael Shannon and a young soldier in Hitler's army. In a World War II historical photograph, Michael Shannon looks like a young soldier who served in Hitler's army. The similarities are most noticeable in their facial structure, notably their sharp features and intense gaze. There is an unnerving feeling of a temporal link between Shannon and the young soldier in the picture, since their expressions are almost similar. Although the historical background makes the resemblance unsettling, it serves as a clear reminder of how physical characteristics may last throughout generations and sometimes reappear in people quite different from the original topic. It's just accidental that Shannon and the soldier look alike. Nevertheless, it highlights the intriguing and even unsettling qualities of doppelgangers, especially during the darkest periods of history. It also emphasizes how characteristics may unexpectedly endure over time and in different situations. Tilda Swinton and David Bowie, musician. Despite being modern, Tilda Swinton and David Bowie have often been compared due to their similar androgynous and distinctive looks. Their remarkable and unusual looks demonstrate how easily both may straddle the boundaries of conventional gender norms. Swinton is often compared to Bowie, who defied social conventions with his daring, avant-garde style due to her sharp facial features, pale complexion, and ethereal appearance. Because of their unusual appearance and air of otherworldliness, they're often brought up when talking about famous people who don't fit the mold of conventional beauty ideals. The fact that Swinton and Bowie usually accept parts and performances that defy expectations only highlights their parallels. Given that both performers represent an androgynous image that has had a long-lasting cultural influence, this relationship emphasizes how ageless their appeal is. There you have it, an intriguing historical voyage as we examine the striking similarities between contemporary superstars and ancient personalities. These remarkable resemblances, whether they are a doppelganger from centuries ago or a doppelganger from a different age, serve as a reminder of the everlasting quality of human characteristics and the surprising ways in which history often repeats itself. Famous people, including artists, actresses, and even politicians, might have easily walked out of history books. We hope this fascinating look at these historical doppelgangers of celebrities was enjoyable. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon